Hey everyone, this is your girl Trey John and you're back with me on my YouTube channel. It's just Trey. So for all of my new subscribers, what's up? Okay, no, but for real. My name is Trey John Dewberry. I am a freshman at Clark Atlanta University. I am a double major, theater and psychology pre-med and a Spanish minor. So that's my little background. I'm also from Mobile, Alabama. Before we even say anything else, I know it probably doesn't sound like I'm from Mobile, Alabama, but I am Southern born and bred. It's just like all these new accents from my friends. One's from New York and one's from Connecticut. It's kind of like rubbing off on me, yo. So like sometimes, and then I'm a theater major, so I like pick up on stuff easily. So don't worry, I'm gonna get my Southern accent back since everyone really believes that we all talk like this in Alabama. Okay, but this video today that I'm filming is my why CAU video. This is all about why I chose CAU, the other colleges I was accepted to, how I made my decision, and how I'm liking my first year here. So stay tuned. Okay, so colleges I was accepted to. I applied mostly to HBCUs, and I applied to a couple predominantly white institutions in my home state, so I'm gonna just list them off. It's about 7 or 8 schools. I'll list the PWIs first. I applied to the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide, by the way. That's my mom's alma mater, so I was really excited about going there, possibly. I also applied to Spring Hill College, which is another PWI in my home city specifically, Mobile. I applied to Howard University. I applied to Spelman College. I applied to Clark Atlanta University, Xavier University, Louisiana, Southern University, Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, and Tuskegee University. All of those that I listed, I was accepted to. I was accepted to every college that I just listed. So Howard, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, Xavier, every school. I was accepted to all of them. The only other schools that I applied to that I didn't really just say on this list is the University of Southern California, USC in California. I did not get to finish my application. So yeah, bummer. So how I chose Clark. It's actually a complicated yet very simple story that I will get into. Okay, so my dream school was Spelman College. That was my first choice. About this time last year, it's like October right now, I applied to Spelman College in September. I was done with my application so early. I applied early decision. No, I applied early acceptance, not early decision. Early decision is more like a binding one. So I applied, and if I get accepted, that means I am going to that school. Like no matter what, I paid my money. That's it. Early, early notification is just when they tell you in December instead of April, where usually other people who apply regular decision would find out. So yeah. I got my acceptance letter sometime in December, like right after Christmas. Girl, I was freaking out. I was waiting for this acceptance. I was like, oh my god, they don't want me, I suck, blah blah blah. I was just really tight. So then when finally I got my acceptance in the mail, when I say I was running around the house, I was like, oh my god, I was crying. I called my mom like immediately. I was like, I got my blue envelope. I was like so happy because like we've been seeing so much about people being deferred or not getting their letters yet, and so I didn't see anyone in my area getting a letter, so I was just really like, so when I finally did get the letter, I was so excited. Girl, I was spelling everything. I spelled 20 in the bio. I was set, signed, sealed, delivered. And then I got my financial aid packet in April, and then I was like, this don't add up. So I received about $36,000 in loans. Spelman cost about $48,000 to $50,000 to attend. I couldn't afford $36,000 in a loan, you guys. Like, it wasn't gonna work for me. So at that point, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know, like, where am I going to go to college? This is the only college that I planned on going to. Like, of course, I researched every school that I applied to, because I applied to all of my schools early acceptance to see, so I could get all my choices early. But I just never thought that I wouldn't go to Spelman. So it was like, I was kind of like off the hinges, and I was like really sad, because my mom was like, you should go look for other places to go. So I was just like, you know, like kind of dumbfounded. So then I had one of my friends who is Morehouse 20 now, and I called him and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go to Spelman anymore. And he's like, what? Like, oh my gosh. And he was like, well, you know, you got accepted to Clark, and I heard they got this kind of like basic scholarship thing where at least if you got 3.0, then you get this set amount of money. So I was like, oh, that's looking kind of sweet, you know. I just really wanted to be in Atlanta. I knew that if I went to Clark Atlanta, then I could cross-register at Spelman and take classes there, because I've already heard about this like on Twitter and everything. I never toured Clark Atlanta or anything like that. Never toured Spelman either. I was just thinking I was gonna get there and I was gonna love it, and really that's what happened later. So then my AC, just to tell you guys what I got accepted into all of my colleges with, I had a 27 on my ACT and a 3.8 GPA. So that was what I had. Also a lot of volunteer and leadership credentials. So yeah, that's how I got into those. And I'm a really good writer, so my essays were bomb, you know. So Clark, I like immediately got onto the Clark thing, because it was really late. It was like April. It was like April when I found out about the scholarships from my friend Justin, and I had to pay the money for Spelman, the $300 by May 1st, and I was just like, and Clark's enrollment fee was $475, so I was really like, what? But anyway, so I got on the phone immediately with Miss Jacqueline Jackson, who works in financial aid here at Clark. She helped me out. She like kind of not really held my hand, because she was really kind of like, you got to get out there and you got to find those scholarships. You got to do what you got to do to get here. And at the time I was like, that's not helping me. What are you talking about? But like now that I'm here at Clark and I know like our motto, which is find a way or make one, it all like came together. I was kind of like, they're like really teaching you independence from the very beginning, but like at the time I wasn't trying to hear that. I was like, girl, I just want to go to college. Anyway, so I got everything together. I ended up not being able to pay my enrollment fee until June 22nd. I am not in any kind of way wealthy, guys. I did not have $475 on command at all. I had to save that up. I had to get that. And so I finally did. Yeah, so I paid my enrollment fee June 22nd. I filled out my holiday application and all that. It was just kind of like very late to the game. Yeah, so I was really like late to the game. I qualified for the Provost Academic Achievers scholarship, which gave you tuition and fees and also room and board. But instead, I ended up just getting the Dean Scholar scholarship, which was good and all, but I definitely, like Dean Scholar, all I got was tuition, and I could have got room and board as well. So I ended up having to take about $5,000 in federal direct subsidized and subsidized loans. This year I'm definitely on my stuff though, you guys, like trying to buckle down and get this 4.0 so that I can move up my scholarship and get the one that I was supposed to be getting originally. And I'm also going to be applying to the UNCF program, so I can also get that scholarship money. Like, that's what's really important to me, is making sure that I do not come out of Clark Atlanta with too much debt, because I don't need that in my life at all. So yeah, my first year experience right now, so far we're almost 3 months in, like almost, like it's been great. Right now it's like midterm week. I just really fell in love with Clark, you guys. Like, there is no other place for me. Like, I know, like, originally I came here because I was going to transfer to Spelman, but at this point, there's just so much going on for me right now. I was recently elected freshman council vice president. I'm in CAU Players, which is this theater organization. I just really have a lot going for me at Clark Atlanta, and I really enjoy the atmosphere and environment of this school and everyone that I've met. I don't believe that I need to transfer to Spelman to still receive that, and I don't think that there's anything that Spelman can offer me that I'm not getting at Clark Atlanta University, or even more than that. Like, what I've learned since being here about the history of the school and all its impact, there's just really no way I could see myself anywhere else. Like, the school spirit that I've developed is crazy. And again, this is coming from someone who did not get to go to a tour, did not even talk to older Clark Atlanta students who were like, you know, class of 17, 18, or 19. I didn't talk to any of them because, again, I was so focused on Spelman. This blindsided me. So I really had no experience, no knowledge about Clark Atlanta until April. That's when I started trying to research, try to figure out everything about the school, which I had been doing up for all the other schools, but I didn't really pay no attention to it. So I was very late to the game, and this is someone who's very late to the game, and I know so much about Clark Atlanta now that it's like insane. And I love the school so much. Like, I've had so many great opportunities here. I was able to go to the BT Hip Hop Awards, which is something that probably never would have happened if I stayed home. Or alright, so my last words are just for incoming freshmen or anyone who's interested in Clark Atlanta. It's not for everybody, okay? It's not. A lot of freshmen have been saying they want to transfer and leave Clark Atlanta, but it has everything to do with you and your college experience. If you're not having fun, it's because of you. If you're being shy, you won't get out there and make friends, you're being antisocial, well then, of course you're not going to have fun. Like, let's be honest. So I really hope this helped you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Ask me questions, comment under this video, whatever I can do.